Aloha, gang. Hey, hey, hey. We saw some stuff happening backstage, and I was going to drop KK down and introduce her, but we weren't sure if something was happening. So, yeah. Hey, KK, how are you doing, my dear?
Good, I'm good. It's
Uh,
what, like 11:10 here,
yeah.
but I'm awake right now with this news.
You're set. I know I was. In fact, just so everyone knows, okay, and I know we've got, first of all, KK sent me the information that we had an arrest, not an arrest, but two arrests. It
A
sounds like,
father and a son.
yep, sounds like we got a father and a son actually arrested in, okay, relationship to the Savannah Sota and Matthew Guerra case. So now what we're doing right now is waiting on the following. Basically, we have a perp walk, and I got the window open, ready to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and share that.
There we
Okay,
go.
ready to go. And as soon as they come through, they're going to walk the perps to the car so they can move on towards the jail. It sounds as if. And then there's going to be a quick media thing after that. Yeah, KK?
I said bye-bye.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. So every time I see someone in this camera, I'm like, oh, wait, is something going on here or not? I don't know what's going. Nope, not yet, but it could be any. We were told within the hour, and we're down to the last couple minutes of that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. And in the meantime, I do want to apologize to those of you who are coming in. I came out of 2023 into 2024 with a really wonderful present called a cold. I ended up with a sore throat late last night, and now I'm getting messages from all my friends from the New Year's Eve party saying that about four others are sick now, same exact symptoms, and one of them has tested positive for COVID. So we will see.
So what I didn't tell you is that I
Yes.
have the exact same thing that you have.
It's crazy. I have not had COVID yet. So this is, knock on wood, not going to be it for me.
I
But we'll
hope
see.
it's not it. Just don't take Paxlovid.
Oh God. I really, I'm kind of watching because of things. By the way, I did want to say hi to Siren, and Siren, I'm sending you guys prayers. Hopefully everything will work out. I really hope everything will work out. And it looks like Sleuth just walked in. Hello, Miss Sleuth Mom. How
Hi,
are you?
Sleuth Mom.
Girl, the only thing that could get me out of bed today was the news of an arrest in this case. That is literally it. I've been laying in
I
bed. Oh, yeah.
I messaged her and I was like, "We started this together. We gotta finish it together."
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember when this case first came up, I actually, the way I heard about it, in all honesty, was Sleuth. Sleuth actually sent me
Mhm.
the message, Lioness, how you doing? And we covered it. And then you helped me with my second, no, third life. And on it. And it's just, this has been one of those cases that has really connected to a lot of us, I think. Okay, all of us have been, I think it's a combination, the people involved, the time of year, and it's just, yeah,
That innocent
everyone's,
baby.
yeah, and I think that's really, honestly, people involved having an innocent child, right? It's innocent child anytime, but any innocent child on top of that with the holidays and everything. It's just, and then the story of the rest of the family and what they've gone through too. So
Mhm.
yeah, Sleuth, I was not gonna at first, and I went to KK and I was like, nope, nope, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. My mouth is, my whole throat is burning. I mean, I got the Mucinex here, I've got the Alka-Seltzer cold mix. I'm all so set. And then I was like, no, if I don't do it, I mean, y'all were the ones we were talking to while this whole case was kind of unfolding in front of us. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, we need to finish this as a big group together.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
hopefully we'll hear. But like you said, KK, to me, it's really nice because by doing the perp walk followed by a media briefing, we won't have to wait till tomorrow. Now they may, I
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised if they do something more in depth tomorrow. Hey Seal, love you, girl. Love you. Love ya. And but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more in depth tomorrow, but enough just to wet
Get their names
everyone's
out.
whistle. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because everyone. I do have to say what was funny. I do have to say this is the Facebook group joked that they were going to put the group on hold tonight. And it's like, no, 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 no. I was joking. I was joking, guys. I promise I was joking. So I think people are very happy that there could be some potential justice now. And
Yeah, and as soon as everybody gets the name, everybody's going down a rabbit hole.
yeah, yeah. And
Prior
that's
convictions
mhm,
and all of that stuff.
yep. And you know what? I'm sorry, I do have to say this. Remember, though, we live in a country where people are innocent until proven guilty.
Mhm.
Okay, there is an arrest. They will have court in front of themselves, and that we have to always keep that in the back of our head. And yeah, that's all we can do is keep that in the back of our heads. Yes, I think all of us are going to be like, yes, they
Oh,
did it. This is
oh,
it, and all
oh.
that. What?
Okay, wait. Ours is late because they're already showing him on one, and he does have the
Ah,
big belly. He does have the big belly.
okay, so I've got to find another video. That
Oh,
video's
here
not
they come. Here they
working.
come. Here they
Okay,
come.
we're gonna keep it here, guys, rather than move it. Okay, at this point. Oh yeah, he definitely. So the question is, what we're hearing is that this is a father and a son. So
Are you
yeah.
sorry for what happened?
Here.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, huh?
God.
Fake
This is your
news.
final
Fake
chance to say
news.
something about your side.
Hey guys, we're going this way.
Whoa, what just happened? Oh, there.
Yeah, guys always one-sided. You don't even know what's going on.
Back up, guys, back up.
Oh my God. Okay.
You messed for the family? You sorry?
Fake news, yeah. How fake?
You sorry? Did you do it? Why did you do it? Did you know she was pregnant? Huh? Did you care?
Why
It's
was it the
crashing
whole
the site.
family?
Close to Christmas? Why?
Now I'm wondering if it
You
really
sorry?
does have something to do with the
Yeah,
brother.
1 second. I want to hear what they're saying. Sorry.
You don't even know what's going on. Well, tell us. You just made stuff up like always. Tell us. What's going on? Did you shoot them?
An unborn baby. Did you kill them or did you just hide the evidence?
How do you know Savanah? You sorry?
If it wasn't you, who was it then?
Watch out, guys.
Yeah, we're breaking the internet right now, is what's happening.
See you guys.
Okay, so that's our first guy, right? So we'll see if we get a second one. I don't think they've done. Yeah, we are definitely breaking the internet right now, though, for sure.
His belly doesn't seem as big. Oh,
Okay, here
there's
we
the
go.
long hair.
Yep. The one we thought was a female, I suspect.
Are you sorry for what happened? Anything to say to your family? How does it make you feel, an unborn baby? What do you want to say to your family, to Savannah, to Matthew's family?
You sorry? You sorry? Well, this is
Nothing to
the family.
say, an unborn child. It was an entire family.
You sorry?
The hair just really makes it look good. So there's our two. So now we'll just wait for the media thing, but we definitely saw, yeah, and you can see the family resemblance between the two, definitely. The one definitely looks like, okay, with the hair and all, in the dark, you can see people thinking it was a female. Totally.
But that belly was not as big as what it was made out to be.
You know what? It's the shirts. Anyone who's overweight
Yeah.
knows the way you dress can make you look much more overweight than you really are.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and that's what he was wearing, one of those really large, okay, low
Like
cut
hoodie.
type under the things underneath and all. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
okay, here we go. I'll
Whew.
try to. Totally. Wow. I'm happy for these families. They deserve
Me
this.
too.
And the two of
And
them,
so
three of them deserve
fast.
it.
Good
Yes.
evening, everyone. I'm Sergeant Washington Moscoso, Washington Moscoso. So the individuals you saw this evening, the first individual's name is Ramon Preciado, 53 years old, SID number 443651. The second individual was Christopher Preciado, 19 years old, SID number 1191061. So the two individuals we just walked out today, again, is a father and son. The first individual is a father. The second individual is a son. They're going to be charged. The son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of a corpse.
There you go. By the
Yep.
way, we all
So
know
I'm not
we're
going to go
having.
into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to this to where we are today. I will say that when we recovered, or when the bodies were discovered on Danny Kaye, obviously the investigators made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene, cell phone, and so
Sorry, guys,
our
just so
technology
everyone
team
knows, this is internet right now throughout
was on there
probably the website they're using.
with enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to
19.
find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video, or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman, the first individual, the father answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperated fully with the investigation. We're right here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough. Based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight. Again, to charge Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. Again, there will be more charges pending. This is what we have right now. I'll answer any questions tonight.
Like,
Of the corpse charge from the dad, does that mean that you guys believe the son killed them and then the dad helped hide the bodies?
Yes. And so I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murderers. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed
Presidiado.
the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped kind of dump the body. It appears to be a narcotic-related deal that went bad.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savanah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it, and it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims. It's just when you hiding the body, moving the body after discovering that, and all that kind of stuff. Yep. The December 21st, which was a Thursday, just before midnight, is when the actual murders took place. On that. Mm-hmm.
And are you going to be charged for the baby? Because in the state of Texas, technically they can be charged for their
Right. So like I said, there's going to be possible charges pending, more charges pending. Our detectives are going to talk with the Bexar County DA to determine if there are going to be any charges they're going to be facing any charges related to the unborn baby.
And do we know if she was dilated at all?
I didn't have that information from the medical examiners. I know that she was scheduled to be induced, and she didn't make her appointment, which is why the family went to the police to file the missing persons report.
Did he say where exactly they killed her?
I don't have exactly location. We just know that they were killed at a different location and then taken to the apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the bodies. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock out real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de estas personas que presentó.
Nada más una pregunta. Si tienes preguntas a particular.
¿A quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años, y el segundo es Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de las víctimas, y su papá.
Sorry, guys. I think they heard that. A lot of people trying to get to the internet.
Sí. Ajá.
¿Había motivo para matarlos?
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que no fue, que fue mal. La transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de las dos víctimas.
I want to know about that third person.
Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
Dogs.
Charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
I'm sorry, could who?
Ramon, the dad, could he be charged with the murders as well through an accomplice theory?
No, he was not. He was not there during the commission of the murder. He was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry?
These two have previous records?
Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small. He had some prior criminal history.
So, are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah,
point?
we don't have any other suspects that we're looking for.
And that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance video? They were not alive.
They were not alive. No.
Last question, guys. Okay,
That's what we
Christopher killed
thought.
them, they moved their bodies to their car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if you moved them into the vehicle. The vehicle with the bodies in was driven to that apartment complex. It didn't happen at that apartment complex.
So ultimately, who's going to make the decision on the final charges? Is that going to be the DA's office?
Correct. Yes. So our detective again tonight are charging them with Christopher with capital murder, and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. They are working on some other charges that they're going to file. But regarding, I think specifically the question that you had about the unborn baby, they're going to have a conversation with the DA to determine whether they can charge or put the baby as another victim on this.
So does SAPD have any say whenever they talk to the DA's office?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a collaboration with our DA's
Would you
office.
say SAPD is going to seek that third charge for the unborn baby?
Our detectives are going to do everything they can to bring justice to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Okay, so there we go. And sorry
But
about
what
the dog fight in
about-
the middle of that.
We didn't hear it. But what about that third person?
That's, you know what, they've still got more going on. I would not be surprised if we heard more stuff as time goes on. Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised because you can see unless it was just some really weird movements or stuff. Oh,
Yes,
there was a
Luke with
third
the
person
towel.
with the
Yep,
towel.
Steve, I
Exactly.
asked about the relation between that father and son duo and Savanah and Matthew, and they said it was a drug deal. We don't know specifics over what happened. There was even a reporter who asked, what are they buying, selling? We don't know the specifics. They also don't know any specific connection to that apartment complex right now. But Steve, I did ask, you wanted clarification. Are they looking for any more suspects? They're not. They are potentially looking at more charges for this father and son, but no more suspects at this time. I mean, it's just been a couple of days. You know, we were out there just under 2 weeks ago when they were first searching for Savanah, and then when they found her body near Leon Valley in that apartment complex parking lot. So at least we're getting more details now. During that surveillance video, we do know that they were dead when that surveillance clip showed the father and son and that truck that was in the
Well, we
surveillance
knew
video as
that.
well. But, you know, we're continuing to
all
learn
pretty much
more
knew.
details. And specifically, the biggest update tonight, like you said, father and son, drug deal, no more suspects. So SCPD is considering this a big win within a small time frame.
I don't agree with that.
I'm wondering if they're just saying no more suspects right now to throw people off.
Surely, if the dad is married, it would have been like the
Right.
wife.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what pops up. Right now, she's going to continue talking. They're asking questions, which we can't hear right now. And I can
Right, Steve. I mean,
guarantee-
I was there when family heard for the first time that there were 2 dead bodies found inside that vehicle. I mean, the cries, it was devastating. I've been able to talk to
Exactly.
Savannah's family and Matthew's family, and everyone's just devastated. Even, you know, the unborn child, Fabian. There's so much life that was yet to be lived for this couple and this child, and it's devastating, but at least there are some answers. I mean, I was there at the vigil for Savanah Soto when her family was watching off of my phone the press conference from just last Thursday, and they were waiting for any details. I mean, just seeing that truck, seeing 2 people, there was so much satisfaction and devastation at the same time. So tonight, it's a late night, but there are some answers for this family.
So right now, while they're asking another question right now, yeah, no, exactly. It's pretty clear he shot them, got in over his head, went to his parents, told his or dad. Okay, maybe he's a single parent and family. We don't know that. Okay, it's all possibility. But there had to have been a third person in that vehicle. There had to be.
Oh, most
Okay, looks
definitely.
like we're
Most
done here.
definitely.
Okay, that's done there. So I'm going to stop sharing that and we can do some talking until my voice finally gives up on me. Yeah, I love the fake news bit. I love the fake news bit.
Everything, everybody will always say fake news from now on.
I'm like, oh my God. So for those of you who are coming in, because it looks like we've had a couple new people, just to go through everything. Sorry, my dear. I have stuff popping up right now. I don't know what I hit on that. So, but long story short, 2 people arrested in the Savanah Matthew case. A 19-year-old teenage male by the name of Christopher Presidiato. And I don't know the official spelling. I'm guessing Presiado, but I may be completely wrong.
I'm sure you'll be
And
able to
his
see it soon.
very soon, very soon. It won't take long. And his father. Now the difference: the son Christopher is being charged with murder. The father
Capital
Ramon
murder.
is capital murder, and the father Ramon is being charged with abuse of a corpse. And sorry, my dogs are fighting over treats right now.
We
So if you
can't
hear
hear
any
it.
growling, oh, thank you, Chris. I love you. And so I literally had a full dog fight going on during that. So, but from what we understand, people recognized the car from the video that came out, and they were able to track the car down to an apartment. And they went and rang the doorbell on it, and Ramon answered the door. From my understanding here, the father did. He knew what they were there for already. Duh, all that. Came in. The 2 of them have been being interviewed all day, and by the end of the day, they were able to get enough information for a warrant for both arrests. Sounds like what they're telling us. This is a narcotic deal that went bad. Drug deal went bad. Susan, hello, Susan, and you're welcome here. You're welcome.
So it had
Yeah,
nothing to do with Savannah's brother.
which is one of the things I was thinking it was at one point, to be honest.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Okay,
I
we
think
always got
you all have to go down the line, you know.
you have so
Hey,
many possibilities.
we were both wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. There was discussion cartel. Was it this? Was it that? Hey, Red Rock, and all these different ideas that were popping up, and we still don't know the full thing. Like they were saying, was okay. Not Ramon. Christopher spying, or was Matthew reloading? Okay, was there something else that happened there? We're just hearing the basics right now. That's going to expand. It's going to go. Okay, it does not look like there's a lot of background charges or criminal history with these two people from the sounds of
Except
it.
for the dad.
Yeah, he has one. What was it? One charge? Forgot to
There's a
write down what it.
couple.
Okay, got it. So, but it didn't sound like horrible, like cartel
Mm-mm.
level type thing. Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, which is kind of interesting. I think all of us were kind of expecting a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good these families are going to get to go into New Year 2024 knowing that at least they're moving. And I'm sorry, I have a hard time believing there's not a third person.
You know, as grateful as I would be that the people that are the man that actually shot my children is behind bars, I don't think that I could sleep at night knowing that that third person in the truck is still free.
Right.
Sorry.
No. And that's it was quick. How quick they came in the bushes exactly. This and a lot of people said they wondered if they kind of knew a lot of this to begin with and they were just waiting for what would come in. Okay, what would the clues and hints that people would be making come in like? We did hear one thing which we all knew. Thanks to the internet, there was a lot of misinformation being fed towards the police too. And that's something, I'm sorry, it's something we have to be aware of. Okay. KK and I were both frustrated at the amount of people who were immediately doxing people on Facebook and stuff like that.
Body shaming.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, guys, you got to realize everything we do has just step back, talk amongst your friends about it. Yes, but be careful about crossing that line and all. But I do have a hard time believing someone was in that vehicle and handed, yeah, and that was it, Sleuth. Every large person in that zip code was pretty much outed. Every single person, just because they
Mm-hmm.
were plus size male. Okay. And even all of us, many of us got it wrong about, the, okay, 19-year-old. A lot of us thought it was a female. And you could see where he could be confused in dim light. He definitely could have been confused as a female with his hair. I mean, his hair, I'll be honest, I'll say it up front, was gorgeous. I mean, I wish my hair could look like that. And not Sleuth Mom. Sleuth Mom knew it was a guy, and she was. So I remember you were right out there saying, no, 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 it's a petite guy. It's a petite guy. I'm sure of it. Um, hell, my mom thought the dad was a pregnant female. So I never told you guys that, but that's what she was saying. So we all talk about these things, and that's it. But I do have
So
a hard time. Yeah.
can we just get a big woohoo? Because not only are these two behind bars, but Kimberly has been arrested in the UK. So that's
Mhm.
3 people that have been
It's
apprehended this week.
it's a good start of a year. It is
Yes,
definitely
it
a
is.
good start of a year. And you know what? These people, yes, snitches get stitches and all that stuff. But you know what? We don't know. They might be willing to go talking behind the thing because, as we've said, someone had that towel. I don't know. Now, all of us are going to go back and be looking at that video, trying to figure out how could two people have been involved in that video. And maybe there was a way, and I'll have to go back and look at it. And but
Maybe
if
the
not,
towel fell off the center console.
it did a hula move across the area. So
Maybe
people
we're
already
all
are.
wrong.
Yeah, exactly. They already are. So, but it is good to know because from the beginning, all of us were talking so much about, I mean, Savannah's family, her mom, her grandmother.
Poor
Okay, how a
Mia.
whole not a whole generation, there's other siblings there, yes, but a large part of a generation of a whole family and the beginning of the next generation have kind of been taken away from them. And just knowing they had that ability now to say, okay, you know what? Yes, we've got to, and now we got to deal with all the crap of how long does it take for these people to get to trial? I mean, don't get me started on that anytime now. In fact, Sleuth, you might remember the date, but we should be coming up on the next date for Ariel's case, and to see, are they going to push that off again? But
And
hopefully they'll get something soon.
can we keep the YouTube rumor mills and everything from jeopardizing this case?
Yeah. And you're not going to say the sorry, Sleuth. I agree. You say the date, it's like knock on wood, knock on every tree in the forest, and maybe you'll be able to keep it from happening. And we'll actually have a trial. But yeah, no, and that is true. KK, what you're saying is true. So many people don't realize our actions, our discussions don't just hurt people and their reputations, it's people and their lives. I was literally just watching the Elisa Lam documentary for like the third time on Netflix the other day, and mom had never seen it. And there was a musician at one time, okay, who everyone was like, oh, he's involved, he did it, he did it, he did that. And it pretty much ruined a lot of his life and all. And how many other cases have we heard of that type of thing happening? People going after families, and the family had nothing to do with it. I mean, we remember the cases in what was it, Charlotte in Australia, where the whole family was
Oh man.
everyone was like, oh, had to be mom and dad. No little one disappears out of a tent in the middle of the beach. Yeah, she did.
By a creeper that collects brat dolls.
Dolls. Exactly. Exactly. January 16th starts jury selection for Harmony. There we go. There we go.
That's a
You
good
know what?
one.
And that's a possible. I'm wondering if there's something like that. We don't also
Yeah.
know if the third person spoke with police. Guys, this is me going out on a limb, honestly. And they made a
Immunity.
deal. If they, okay, there could be deals being made here right now. We don't know what it is. Okay, but there's no way
I'm
they're going to get
driving now.
away saying there was not a third person. I don't think so.
The
I don't know.
whole entire world saw that third person.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, and like Slu said, and I know that's probably partially a little joke on it, but partially it could be. Could it have fallen if it didn't lift up in the air unless he had it in the visor and he grabbed it? Or did he have it on a certain. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the stuff we have to be open to. But yeah, there's definitely. We do. This kind of brings back to me the Gabby case. I don't know about you, KK. Did that pop into your mind during this tonight? Gabby's case?
In what way?
The parents covering. Sorry.
Oh,
I know people say no, 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 and all that, but that was the first thing that in my mind, because I remember in Gabby's case, we had those discussions about,
fact.
yeah, would you cover for your child if they did something like this? Well, this is another case of a child got in over their head and a parent tried to cover for it. His parents admitted it now. Yeah. And so it's
I think
just
his parents went way further
beyond. Oh God, yeah,
and
don't get me
not
started there.
only let him go walk around in the whatever you might call it thing, but I think his parents had something to do with
There was a lot, well, like
aliving.
Sleuth is reminding us and all. Okay, there were lawyer, and we all knew that going through it. I mean, why do you go getting a lawyer? Okay, in those cases, but that's the same thing here. You've got Ramon, and we don't know if there's a mom living at the house yet. I'm sure we will know within hours. We're going to know exactly how many people
Minute.
lived in that house. Yeah, exactly. If you don't already know. But yeah, it's not going to take long whatsoever for us to start seeing what exactly happened in this case. But yeah, a lot of questions. Who was buying? Okay, we did just see where he was saying he had some new stuff and he was picking up some new. So what's going on with that? I just, oh God, I look at cases like this and what is happening to our society when a young person at age 19 can look into a car and shoot a 9-month pregnant woman. I'm sorry. It makes zero sense to me. I mean, killing in general makes zero sense to me, but that
Yeah.
takes a special level of depravity in my eyes. I'm sorry, but I'll say it. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of questions popping up from it. I mean, I haven't been keeping an eye on Facebook, but I'm sure they were joking earlier about stuff, so we'll see what they put up.
That that whole entire thing just drove me bananas.
Oh yeah. Oh, they did actually pause everything. They said they weren't okay. They said they were just kidding about pausing until morning, but the group is actually paused right now. I just noticed. And but yeah, so much going on over there. I'm not really honestly surprised, to be honest. So, but there's a
I
lot of yeah, a
mean,
lot of cases. Yeah,
they may turn it into a memorial.
that'd be nice. You're right. They do
Yeah.
pause every night, which I honestly think the way they've done that. I think I said that in one other live. By pausing it while they're sleeping, it kind of tries to keep things under control, which is nice for those sites that have that.
Lord.
If you don't have the mods to cover 24/7, that's the best way to do it. Um, so we'll have to see what happens with that one though. So, but we'll see. Like they said, there's going to be most likely some more charges. I don't know what those are going to look like right now. That's a lot. I do have to say, there's still this part of me that's like, but we're hearing more and more that
So they
uh,
lived 3 minutes away from the complex where Matthew
okay,
was found.
okay, that makes sense. So it was an area he was used to, they knew about, and probably knew if there were a lot of cameras or not.
And
Um,
according to Roman's business page, I'm getting this from Discord. According to Roman's business page, he is married.
he is married. Okay. So the question is, he married? Do they live together? All those, and that's what we're going to have to find. All that's going to come in due time. It really, honestly, will come together.
Yeah.
And
You
so,
know
but
we're going to be little investigators tonight.
oh yeah, that's going to be happening tonight for sure. If my Nyquil does not kick in, that's yeah, that's exactly what's going to be happening. So, but I think right now, I look at the case of one person handling two people like that. It is interest. Well, we know the gun was not found there, things like that. I mean, one person handling that, I honestly expected more people involved. I'll be honest, guys. Okay, we're all talking about where we were wrong with our thoughts and our guesses and stuff like that. I mean, I expected a little bit more coordination, to be honest. Um,
Hmm.
just because of how it came together. But of course, we don't know the order and all that.
And now, like looking back on it, like I do think some people were right. Whenever he had the towel, he went and grabbed the gun from Christopher.
Christopher at that point. Yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, the dad went and grabbed the gun at that point. That makes sense. That does make sense.
Hmm.
And but we were all yeah, the whole idea that at that point they were getting rid of, can you see that? Could you think of what that conversation is like when you have to come home to a parent and say, mom, dad, I just did something, and the thoughts that go through that parent's head at that time as to what they do. Um, oh God, it's nuts. It's nuts. So,
So it
but
looks like they have a family business.
oh, okay, got it. I'm starting to read things to myself right now while we're talking. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys, my nose is stuffed up. Um, yeah, so there's a lot. It's going to be interesting to see what else comes of this. Was this someone, I know people were asking before, were the family, the people involved looking at everything going on the internet and making different moves based off of that? Yeah, it does look like there was a business. I can see the business involved here now too. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot
People
of
are
stuff that's going to
already
be answered.
people are
Hmm.
already starting to post on their thing like justice for Savanah.
I don't. Okay, let me just ask you guys. We got a bunch of people in chat right now. What's your guys' feeling on that? when people go, I know, I don't know. I go back and forth on it, that type of thing. Um, maybe I'm a little okay, Sleuth knows this. I tend to have a little bit more of a naive heart than most people do, put it that way. But I hate it when I see people going and justice, that I don't mind. But when I see people start making threats and stuff like that, and they turn the troll thing in the other, sorry, it's just
Onto the business that the rest of the
yes,
family has to
have to
endure.
live with. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's not their
ridiculous.
fault. They're not part of this. And it'll affect their business. That's what's so bad. What if the business, okay, someone just worked there, or it's okay, the business is in partnership or so. I'm not saying it is. I'm just playing
Right.
games right now with the whole idea that if you have a like here in Hawaii, a lot of businesses in Hawaii are owned by multiple family members. It's the only way you can
Hmm.
afford to do it out here in Hawaii. So if one family member screws up and makes a heinous decision, and it could destroy the whole business and the livelihood of everyone, which is what's so sad about the whole thing.
Right.
So I don't know. It's always something I've tried to deal with and try to find where are the middle things. So yeah, capital murder for the 19-year-old, abuse of a corpse for the dad. I suspect there's going to be more popping up on top of that. They're keeping it open for that for sure. I love the fake news bit. The fake news is, oh my god. What I found interesting is the dad definitely is more verbal than the son.
I
Dad,
have the I have the correct spelling of the name if you
oh,
want
you
it.
do, you do. Okay, go ahead, share that. I don't mind you sharing that.
It's P as
Yeah.
in Paul, R-E, C as in cat, I-A, D as in David, O.
Okay, so it's more like a prick. Okay, got it, got it. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I don't want to get into the company, but Precchiato. Okay, rather than Pecchiato. Interesting. Got it. Um, yeah, it's going to be. I did find it, like I was saying though, the father was immediately from the moment he came out, you could see he was on the defensive. He was
Hmm.
immediately letting everyone know, oh, this is fake news. This is, oh my God, fake news is never gonna, that's gonna be the meme for the next 3 months, I swear. And, but the son just didn't say a word. Okay. He was
Mm-mm.
just like, nope, I know where I need to go. Um, you could
He seemed a
see,
little scared.
I don't blame him. Heck, at my age, I'd be scared. At 19 years old, to know that you just made a mistake that is basically
Mm.
going to ruin the rest of your life. And no, it's not a mistake. I don't mean it like an excusable. No, it's not freaking
Mhm.
excusable. Okay. Yes. Again, innocent until proven guilty. We got to remember that. That is at the crux of our justice system. But yeah, it's just oh, he was definitely, yeah, there was definitely a lot of I'm kind of reading what's going on in the Discord also right now, and there are definitely the father was definitely trying to take most of the attention, I think, so that when people write news stories and things like that, they're going to be talking about the dad and his response rather than his son's response. That's what I'm thinking is probably happening. Hi, mom. And so we'll have to see. But that's my gut feeling as to what was happening on that. Um,
Yeah,
because he was
Megs, I
very
agree with
verbal.
you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, Megs, for sure. Um, yeah, and it won't take long before we're gonna know every little thing, where everyone went to high school. Okay, where the 19-year-old Christopher went to high school, what they've been doing, all of that stuff's right there. So, mm, this is, but it does, on the other hand, it's going to be interesting to see, all the stories we kept being told about what had happened and how bodies were found and things like that. It's going to be interesting to see how much of that was true because I know a lot of us were wondering if things were being embellished a bit. And
Yeah.
now knowing what we know, my gut is saying I suspect we're going to see a lot of embellishment what's happening.
Yep.
And for reasons. Part of it was reasons just to, I mean, I think okay, this is just my 2 cents, guys. I think the family supporting Matthew, they felt like they really had part of the family, not all the family, but part of the family felt like that they had to protect him because he couldn't speak for himself anymore. And I think that's something a lot of people now. I think some people, friends, stuff like that, were using it for their 10 minutes of fame. And
Hmm.
um,
Yeah,
but
especially
yeah,
those TikTokers.
bingo. And yeah, the TikTokers were definitely. And that's it. You know what? We used to have people talk about their 10 minutes of fame. Now, oh my gosh, everyone can get their 10 minutes of fame. All you need is one viral video and you're set. And it's kind of
Mhm.
sad because if what is someone willing to do? If someone else is willing to kill a 9-month pregnant woman, what's holding back people from doing some other ridiculous stuff? Oh, is that, I'm going to pull you up as a solo for that. Let me try to, actually, I need the other screen. Why isn't it let me do you? There, let me do it this way. Okay, there we go. So that's Chris. Almost, yeah, he almost does look. Actually, let me go to the Facebook. So, wow. Thank you. Let me take that.
You ready for the other one?
Oh yeah, go for it. You had both there. Let me go ahead. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. You know what? They look just like they did, or what I would
Hmm.
have thought they would have looked like. Just like what I thought they would have looked like. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely that Christopher's who really surprises me in that because he looks just like I think so many of us expected he would have looked like.
Hmm.
There looks like uh okay, some people are talking from about okay, yeah, so Ramon is married at one point. It definitely does look like that. Thank you. And um this is really I'm just the family. Which one is the petite one? Oh, no problem, Red Rock. Yeah. Uh the 19-year-old would have been the petite one. So the 19-year-old Christopher is the one that they didn't look what you thought they would look like. See, and a lot of us thought the 19-year-old was a female because of the long hair and all that. And not quite as petite as we all expected, but still definitely gives that vibe. Um, but what they're saying is, yeah, the 19-year-old was the gunman. He was the one driving the car when they dumped the car. Okay, his dad was the one who was driving the other vehicle and all. So, but that's also interesting because in the bushes, and that's the thing, all of us have a different way of seeing all these things, which is what's so interesting about the whole case. And pull out my earbuds are making it hard for me to hear myself right now. And oh wait, with you there, I'm going to need one of the earbuds in, otherwise I won't hear you talking. That won't work. And also, oh gosh, so well, we got another comment. Yeah, I think there's definitely people are already posting the wife's Facebook. It's not by the time I suspect I go to bed tonight,
You have it
there's
right
going to be
now.
so much out there. There's going to be so much out there. And by the time I wake up in the morning, it's going to be like a totally different story by then.
You
So,
have it right now.
yeah, I do have it right now. I do. And also, um, But until I know for sure, if she had been arrested or something, I would actually
Oh
share it.
yeah.
But yeah, but because of not being arrested, I kind of haven't yet. But which one is it?
But
True that. And oh my God, I agree. I think they're
curious
both on the
minds want
shorter
to
side.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
say
think
curious minds like to know.
they all do. Yeah, Sleuth, you got to go to bed. And honestly, I'm even kind of getting to that point myself. If I don't find more that I can talk about in a few minutes, for those of you who are joining now, I went to bed last night with a sore throat. Woke up this morning with a full cold. 4 people that were at New Year's Eve with me are all sick. One of them has tested positive for COVID. So I'm just waiting right now for my test to turn positive, and I have never had it yet. I have never had COVID, so this should be so. I will. Thank you, Sleuth. Well, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of different cases going on, like you said. We got a lot of cases popping up in the next month or so. Harmony's case, we got some stuff going on for jury selection starting in 2 weeks, something like that. Um, and oh my God, it's so funny, you guys. You guys are so funny in chat. So, but I think I'm going to go ahead and actually, KK, anything else you wanted to say before we start to wind us down for the night and jump back into bed?
They're gonna sleep easy tonight.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
boy.
the
Yeah.
family is,
The
not
family
the
will.
mom, not the dad and the son.
No, the family at least can sleep bit more because I'm sure from the family, think about how many of us kept saying, would you want to be one of the ones having to report information on this because we thought it was retaliation for things. So I'm sure family
Mhm.
were worried about their own lives also. So yeah,
Mhm.
they will sleep better. So well, for those of you guys hanging out with us, thanks for joining us this late. It's 8 o'clock my time. Okay, midnight to those of you on the East Coast. So, oh wait, no,
Nope.
1 a.m. 1
1
a.m.
a.m. on the East
Midnight for
Coast.
you. And also, love you all tons and tons and tons. I will see y'all later. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. And
And we got him.
on Friday. We got him. One more down. Or 2 more down. Even better. Love y'all. Aloha. Mahalo. Bye, guys.
Bye.